Namo Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva Narayana Namaskritya Haram Jaya Narottam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayanti Nashtaprayechu Bhattrechu Nityam Bhagavatasya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtiki. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila, Chapter 1, Srila Rupa Goswami's second meeting with the Lord, text 165 onwards. So Ramanand Rai had asked different questions about the place. Rupa Goswami has composed or written, so Rupa Goswami is answering those. Ayam Nayan Dandit Prabhar Pundarika Prabha Prabhati Nav Jagod Dyuti Vidambi Pitambara Aranyaja Parishkriya Damit Divyavesha Daro Harin Mani Manohar Dyutibhir Ujvalangu Hari. The beauty of Krishna's eyes surpasses the beauty of white lotus flowers. His yellow garments surpass the brilliance of fresh decorations of kumkum. His ornaments of selected forest flowers subdue the hankering for the best of garments, and his bodily beauty possesses mind-attracting splendor greater than the jewels known as Markat Mani, emeralds. So this verse is from Vidagdha Madhav, spoken by Purnamasi. Further, Rupa Goswami says, O most beautiful friend, please accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is standing before you full of transcendental bliss. The borders of his eyes roam from side to side, and his eyebrows move slowly like bumblebees on his lotus-like face. Standing with his right foot placed below the knee of his left leg, the middle of his body curved in three places, and his neck gracefully tilted to the side. He takes his flute to his pursed lips and moves his fingers upon it here and there. This verse from Lalit Madhav Natak, a 10-act play by Srila Rupa Goswami, is spoken by Lalita Devi to Radharani. O beautiful faced one, who is this creative person standing before us? With the sharp chisels of his loving glances, he is splitting the hard stones of many women's devotion to their husbands. And with the luster of his body surpassing the brilliance of countless emeralds, he is simultaneously constructing private meeting places for his pastimes. Again, from Lalit Madhav, spoken by Radharani to Lalita Devi. My dear friend, this newly youthful Lord Shri Krishna, the moon in the family of Nanda Maharaj, is so beautiful that he defies the beauty of clusters of valuable gems. All glories to the vibration of his flute, for it is cunningly breaking the patience of chaste ladies by loosening their belts and tight dresses. So, from Lalit Madhav, spoken by Lalita Devi to Radharani. The beauty of Srimati Radharani's eyes forcibly devours the beauty of newly grown blue lotus flowers, and the beauty of her face surpasses that of an entire forest of fully blossomed lotuses. Her bodily luster seems to place even gold into a painful situation. Thus, the wonderful, unprecedented beauty of Srimati Radharani is awakening in Vrindavan. This verse is from Vidagdha Madhav, spoken by Purnamasi. Vidhureti diva virupatam shatpatram bat sharvari mukhe iti kena sada shriyojvalam tulanam arhati mat priyananam. Although the effulgence of the moon is brilliant initially at night, in the daytime it fades away. Similarly, although the lotus is beautiful during the daytime, at night it closes. But, oh my friend, the face of my most dear Srimati Radharani is always bright and beautiful, both day and night. Therefore, to what can her face be compared? So this was spoken by Shri Krishna to Madhumunkal. When Srimati Radharani smiles, waves of joy flow over her cheeks, and her eyebrows arched like the bow of Cupid dance. Her glance is so enchanting that it is like a dancing bumblebee moving unsteadily due to intoxication. That bee has bitten the hold of my heart. So again spoken by Krishna in Vidagdha Madhav. राय कहे तुम्हार कवित्व अमृतेर धार द्वितीय नाटकेर कहा नांदी व्यवहार. Having heard these verses recited by Rupa Goswami, Srila Ramananda Rai said, your poetic expressions are like continuous showers of nectar. Kindly let me hear the introductory portion of the second drama. रूप कहे कहा तुम्ही सूर्यपम भास मुई कौन शुद्र ये न खदे होत प्रकाश. Srila Rupa Goswami said, in your presence, which is just like brilliant sunshine, I am as insignificant as a light of a glowworm. Glowworm mano jugno. तुम्हारे आगे धार्ष्टयी मुख व्याध्यान एते बलि नांदी श्लोक करिला व्याख्या. It is even impudent for me to open my mouth before you. Then, having said this, he recited the introductory words of Lalita Mata. And the verse is, the beautiful moonlight glories of Mukunda give distress to the lotus-like faces of the wives of the demons and to their raised breasts, which are like gleaming chakravat birds. Those glories, however, are pleasing to all his devotees, who are like chakora birds. May those glories forever give pleasure to you all. This is from Lalit Mata. द्वितीय नांदी कह देखी राय पुछीला संकोच पाए रूप पड़ी ते लागी. When Srila Ramananda Rai further inquired about the second introductory verse, Srila Rupa Goswami was somewhat hesitant, but nevertheless he began to recite. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there and he is glorifying Mahaprabhu. The moon-like supreme personality of Godhead, who is known as the son of Mother Shachi, has now appeared on earth to spread devotional love of himself. He is the emperor of the Brahman community. He can drive away all the darkness of ignorance and control the mind of everyone in the world. May that rising moon bestow upon us all good fortune. शुनिया प्रभुर यद यंतरे उल्लास बाहिरे कहिन किछु करी रोषाभास. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was inwardly greatly pleased when he heard this verse, externally he spoke as if angry. कहा तुम्हारे कृष्ण रस काव्य सुधा सिंधु तार मध्य मिथ्या केने सुति क्षार बिंदु. Your exalted poetic descriptions of the mellows of Lord Krishna's pastimes are like an ocean of nectar. But why have you put in a false prayer about me? It's like a drop of detestable alkali. राय कहे रूपेर काव्य अमृतेर पूर तार मध्य एक बिंदु दिया च कर्पूर. Srila Ramananda Rai objected, it's not alkali at all, it's a particle of camphor he has put into the nectar of his exalted poetic expression. प्रभु कहे राय तुम्हारे इहाते उल्लास सुनी तई लज्जा लोके करे उपहास. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, my dear Ramananda Rai, you are jubilant at hearing those poetic expressions, but I am ashamed to hear them, for people in general will joke about the subject of this verse. राय कहे लोकेर सुखिहार श्रवणे अभीष्ट देवेर स्मृति मंगलाचरण. Ramanand Rai said, instead of joking, people in general will feel great pleasure in hearing such poetry. For the initial remembrance of the worshipable deity invokes good fortune. राय कहे कौन अंगे पात्रेर प्रवेश तबे रूप गोसाई कहे ताहार विशेष. Ramanand Rai required, by which subdivision of style do the players enter? Rupa Goswami then began to speak specifically about this subject. Natita kirat rajam nihatya rang sthale kala nidhina samay tena vidheyam gunavati tara karagrihanam. While dancing on the stage after having killed the ruler of uncivilized men, Kansa, Lord Krishna, master of all arts, will at the proper time accept the hand of Srimati Radharani, who is qualified with all transcendental attributes. I mean, this is how Krishna will enter the play. उद्घाट्यक नाम ए आमुख विधि अंगा तुम्हारे आगे कही यह धार्ष्टे तरंग. This introduction is technically called Udghatyak, and the whole scene is called Viti. You're so expert in dramatic expression that each of my statements before you is like a wave from an ocean of impudence. In this connection, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur again quotes the following verse from Sahitya Darpan. Udghatyak kathogar ghata prayogashyas tatha pravartakav lagite panch prastavana vida. Thus, the technical names for the 5 kinds of introductory scenes of the drama are listed as Udghatyak, Kathoghata, Prayogatishya, Pravartak, and Avalagita. When Srila Ramanand Rai inquired about which of these Srila Rupa Goswami had used to accomplish the technical introduction to his drama, Lalita Madhav, Rupa Goswami replied that he had used the introduction technically called Udghatyak. According to the Bharati Vritti, 3 technical terms used are Prarochana, Viti, and Prahasana. Thus, Rupa Goswami also mentioned Viti, which is a technical term for a certain type of expression. According to Sahitya Darpan, the Viti beginning of a drama consists of only one scene. In that scene, one of the heroes enters the stage and by means of opposing statements uttered by a voice from the sky off stage introduces the abundant conjugal mellow and other mellows to some degree. In the course of the introduction, all the seeds of the play are planted. This introduction is called Udghatyak because the player dances on the stage. This term also indicates that the full moon enters the stage. In this case, when the moon, Natata, dancing on the stage is linked with the moon. When the word Natata, its meaning is obscure, but because the meaning becomes very clear when the word Natata is linked with Krishna, this type of introduction is called Udghatyak. Of course, very, very technical. It's maybe those expert in Natak Shastra, they can understand all this. Srila Ramanand Rai used highly technical terms when he discussed this subject with Srila Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami stated that Srila Ramanand Rai was a greatly learned scholar of bona fide dramatic composition. Thus, although Srila Rupa Goswami was quite fit to answer Srila Ramanand Rai's questions due to his Vaishnava humility, he said that his words were impudent. Actually, both Rupa Goswami and Ramanand Rai were scholarly experts in composing poetry and presenting it strictly according to the Sahitya Darpan and other Vedic literatures. Padani tva agatatarthani tad arthagate naraha yojayanti paderanya saudghatya kuchit. To explain an unclear word, men generally join it with other words. Such an attempt is called Udghatyak. राय कहे कहा आगे अंगेर विशेष श्री रूप कहे न किछु संक्षेप उद्देश्य. When Ramanand Rai requested Srila Rupa Goswami to speak further about various portions of the play, Srila Rupa Goswami briefly quoted his Lalita Madhav. Harimudishate rajo bhara urata sangamyati amumtama vrajvam drishamna padati prakata sarvadrisha shruterapi. The dust from cows and calves on the road creates a kind of darkness, indicating that Krishna is returning home from the pasture. Also, the darkness of evening provokes the gopis to meet Krishna. Thus, the pastimes of Krishna and the gopis are covered by a kind of transcendental darkness and are therefore impossible for ordinary scholars of the Vedas to see. Hmm. Nice analogy they've given. So this verse from Lalita Madhav is spoken by Purnamashi in a conversation with Gargi. Krishna states in Bhagavad Gita, Traigunya Vishya Veda Nistraigunya Bhava Arjuna. Thus he advised Arjun to rise above the modes of material nature, for the entire Vedic system is filled with descriptions involving Sattvagun, Rajagun, and Tamogun. People are generally covered by the qualities of Rajagun and are therefore unable to understand the pastimes of Krishna with the gopis of Braj. Moreover, the quality of Tamogun further disturbs their understanding. In Vrindavan, however, although Krishna is covered by the hazy darkness of the dust, the gopis can nevertheless understand that within the dust storm is Krishna. Because they are his topmost devotees, they can perceive his hand in everything. Thus, even in the dark or in a hazy storm of dust, devotees can understand what Krishna is doing. The purport of this verse is that under no circumstances is Krishna ever lost to the vision of exalted devotees like the gopis. Hmm. So just like, say here Rupa Goswami has included that Godhuli Vela, when the cows are coming back, cows and calves in the evening. So there is so much of dust because so many cows are there. And Krishna, Balaram, all the Sakhas are coming back. It's hard for people to see where is Krishna. But gopis can see. And this dust is also called Braj Raj, right? And Raj also means Rajava, passion. So those who are covered with that passion, they cannot see Krishna. But gopis are so pure, they're not covered with any passion or ignorance, not even goodness, they're beyond goodness. So from their eyes, Krishna is not hidden. It just, we cannot see. People like us, we cannot see him. Hriyam avagreya grihebhya karshati radham vanaya cha nipuna. Sajayati nishrishtartha var vanshad kakali duti. May the sweet sound of Lord Krishna's flute, his authorized messenger, be glorified, for it expertly releases Srimati Radharani from her shyness and attracts her from home to the forest. This verse from Lalit Madhav, spoken by Gargi, the daughter of Gargamuni. My dear friend, who is this fearless young man? He is as bright as a lightning cloud, and he wanders in his pastimes like a maddened elephant. From where has he come to Vrindavan? Alas, by his restless movements and attractive glances, he is plundering from the vault of my heart the treasure of my patience. So this is spoken by Srimati Radharani to her friend Lalita Devi. Srimati Radharani is the Ganga in which the elephant of my mind enjoys pastime. She is the shining of the full autumn moon for the chakora birds of my eyes. She is a dazzling ornament, the bright and beautiful arrangements of stars on the border of the sky of my chest. Now today I have gained Srimati Radharani because of the highly elevated state of my mind. This verse from Lalit Madhav expresses the thoughts of Lord Krishna in relation with Radharani. Ete shuni rai kahe prabhura charane rupera kavitva prashamsi sahasra vadane. After hearing this, Srila Ramanand Rai submitted at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu the super excellence of Srila Rupa Goswami's poetic expression and began to praise it as if he had thousands of mouths. Kavitva na hai amritera dhara natak lakshan sab siddhantera sara. Srila Ramanand Rai said, this is not a poetic presentation, it's a continuous shower of nectar. Indeed, it is the essence of all ultimate realizations, appearing in the form of plays. प्रेम परिपाति यही अद्भुत वर्णन शुनि चित्त करने रहे आनंद घोरना. The wonderful descriptions by Rup Goswami are superb arrangements to express loving affairs. Hearing them will plunge the heart and ears of everyone into a whirlpool of transcendental bliss. Kim kaven kaveshatasya kim kandena dhanushmata parasya hriday laganam na ghurnayati yat shira. What's the use of a bowman's arrow or a poet's poetry if they penetrate the heart but do not cause the head to spin? Wow. So what's the use of poet's poetry? तुम्हारी शक्ति बिना जीवेर नाही है वाणी तुम्ही शक्ति दिया कहो है ना अनुमान. Without your mercy, such poetic expressions would be impossible for an ordinary living being to write. My guess is that you have given him the power. प्रभु कहे प्रयागे इहार हाइला मिलन इहार गुणे इहाते अमार तुष्ट मिलमा. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, I met Srila Rupa Goswami at Prayag. He attracted and satisfied me because of his qualities. So it's not like that's what Prabhupada is going to write. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is not partial to some and neutral to others. One can actually draw the attention of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by service. Then the Lord further empowers that person to act in such a way that everyone can appreciate one's service. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tas tatha vidyamiham. Krishna is responsive. If one tries to render his best service to the Lord gives him the power to do so. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So it's not, he's not partial, but at the same time, now there is a word we must have heard, causeless mercy. Causeless mercy of Guru, causeless mercy of Krishna. But here Krishna is saying to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love. So that is the cause of his mercy, that he says, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So causeless mercy doesn't mean his mercy is just given to everybody. It is given to everybody, but those who make full use of it, they get much more mercy. And our efforts compared to his mercy, there's no comparison. If our effort is only 1%, he can give 99% of mercy to make it 100%. But our efforts have to be there. Rupa Goswami had his efforts and his qualities that attracted the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we cannot say, Bhagwan ki kripa hogi, so I'll do this and I'll do that. No, you do our stuff and kripa will come. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestowed a special favor upon Srila Rupa Goswami because Rupa Goswami wanted to serve the Lord to the best of his ability. Such is a reciprocation between the devotee and the Lord in the discharge of devotional duties. And in that matter, Prabhupada has given an example. He says, although lion is a king of the jungle, but still, nahi suptasya singasya pravishanti mukhe mriga. Even though he is the king of the jungle, but in the mouth of a sleeping lion, the deer is not just going to enter as his food. He still has to get up, run, hunt the deer, and then he can eat it. So, Lord's mercy is always there, but we have to do our part. His mercy definitely is much more in comparison to our effort, but nevertheless, we have to put in our efforts, sincere, determined efforts. Okay, I guess I can stop this. Anybody has any questions or comments? Okay, you all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Ram.
Thank you,
Hare
Basti.